Everybody, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Tammy Talks. Y'all know why we here. Married at First Sight, Season 13, Episode 16, Weighing the Decision. Let me get my tons of pages of notes together. I don't even know who to start with because I feel like every single couple was just on complete and utter bull tonight, right? But before we get started, a huge thank you to everybody that has been rocking with me so far. Are the subscribers, the comments, the thumbs up on the video, the sharing, the reposts, all that good stuff. So definitely, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe so you are definitely here for next week for Decision Days videos. Because based on the trailer that we saw tonight, I'm gonna be ready. Locked, loaded, and ready. Also, I am less than 100 subscribers away from reaching 1,000. So, please, 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 if you have not already, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. Once again, so that you don't miss any of the upcoming videos for the remaining of this season. Also, so you can be notified of videos that I do for other shows. I do everything from Netflix to premium TV. Like, it's going to be something else that you want to see. So, let's get started. I'm going to get started with Gil and Mirla tonight, y'all, because I was really shocked and disappointed in Gil. So, Gil has become a villain. Okay? Gil has been teetering on the edge of becoming a villain for a while. And today he said, F it. I'm about to jump and make that leap. So this episode, they're meeting with like friends and family, talking to friends and family about what they should do within their marriage, just so they can get a little bit of clarity in regards to decision day. So Myrla meets with her friend, and she is saying how there hasn't been any bad times in the marriage, nothing super, super terrible. They've had, a spat or two here or there, but nothing too bad. She said that she loves that Gil is extremely patient with her. And I'm like, girl, is he? Okay. I don't see it. But she loves that Gil is patient with her. And she said the only con is his finances. So, and it's not the fact that he makes so much more. It's the fact that she wanted somebody that was more established in their marriage and in their career. She said she kind of envisioned meeting somebody and then them being able to go out, buy a house right away, being able to, start planning for the future with their kids, take trips. She wanted somebody that was like established. Gil just became a firefighter, I believe, like a few months before the show started. So that is kind of like her only concern, and she made the point to say she doesn't know if she wants to go back and start living, as if they are starting off in their careers. Mirla is 34 years old. She's very established in her career. I see nothing wrong with what she is saying. Okay. Now I know people are saying that for her it's all about the money and stuff. Wanting to date somebody that is 35 years old and into their career, established in their career, not somebody that just did a complete career change on top of the fact that he is making so much less than her. Yeah. That's going to be a point of contention. It wouldn't be, though, if Gil was not always talking about the difference in money. Because, we have not seen Myrla say a thing about his money. We haven't seen Myrla complain about his money, or lack thereof, I should say. So they go skating as, their last little date, whatever, together. And Myrla asked him, if he is ready to wake up to her beautiful face every day. And Gil is like, that won't bother me. It's easy to say no to that. And I'm thinking, does Gil actually even like Myrla? Do y'all think he really likes her? Because I feel like every episode, it gets kind of worse and worse and worse with him not really he doesn't say anything positive about her ever. He literally complains about her complaining all the time. So he said it's easy to say no to that because beauty fades. He said that she is past the point of being spoiled and that she's a brat. And that he feels that she kind of shits on people that have less than her. That, again, that's something that we're not seeing. I don't know if Myrla is saying things Behind the scenes, who knows? But I also think a big part of that is just Gil projecting. I think Gil is projecting. So he went on to say that she acts as if she is made of gold. And it was in that moment that I said, Myrla, you need to cut your losses now and girl, move on. Because whenever a man tells you, oh, you think you're this and you think you're that, you think you're made of gold, he is telling you basically that you think too highly of yourself. Lower yourself down to some different standards, to a standard that I feel comfortable with. And Gil, you can kiss everybody's ass for that. That was tacky. So another thing that really bothers me with Gil is he keeps saying that Myrla forgot where she came from. And I'm like, she came from a one-room shack. How is she forgetting where she came from? Look at where she lives now. I don't understand what Gil is talking about. So he's saying that she is more money motivated, and that instead of her kind of, remaining humble and stuff, that she's using money and whatever in bags and designer stuff to disguise like how she grew up. And Myrla is like, no, I'm doing all of that because I want, I know where I came from and I feel like I deserve it and I'm entitled to it. So he told her that she wants to live in a mid or high rise and he doesn't need that. She said, I don't need it, but I can afford it. Gil has such a problem with her money, and he's letting his insecurities at the fact that he does not make as much as Myrla shine through to the fact that it's coming across as condescending, it's coming across as him being the one that's really the brat, it's coming across as, Gil, did you want to go, digger? Are you that insecure that she makes that much more money than you? Ooh, child. So then he kind of tells her that he said life is not about trips and nice things and fancy things. And I'm like, we ain't heard Myrla say nothing about going on no damn trip. We have not heard Myrla say a word about going on a trip. We have not heard Myrla ask Gil to buy her a damn thing. We have not heard Myrla ask Gil to change anything about herself. Myrla don't want to live in an apartment that has white kitchen appliances. She's 34. She makes probably over 6 figures. Come on, Gil. Like, God. And what kills me is he talks about her being spoiled and bratty. What has she done that's bratty? She wished that the horse ride could have been longer. Damn it, everybody does. If you're having fun, you always wish that stuff can go on and be a little longer. You always, when you're having fun, when you're enjoying something, you always wish that, I wish this could last forever. That's what people say. So then, they're in a big group setting, and I think I might make a video about just like the group thing altogether, because I really didn't take notes with that because it's kind of chaotic to do. But they're all hanging out. It's everyone's last time of hanging out. I think they're like in the community room of the apartments that they all stay in. And Gil, the question gets posed, what would have to happen, or what would it take for you to say no on decision day? Gil said that if Myrla continues to live like she's single. I said, what? It's like, it is baffling to me how Gil doesn't pass up a chance to talk shit about this woman. And this honestly goes back to the honeymoon. Right? Remember when he came down to the pool area and he was so eager and ready to say, like, my wife did this, my wife said this, my wife's complaining about this. We should have known back then that Gil was the real villain this season. He's the undercover villain. So Myrla kind of like, she takes it in stride, and the one thing that Gil can never say about Myrla is that she disrespected him in front of other people. Because I would have been told him, yeah, you live like a broke ass man. You live like a brokey. I like it is amazing. It is amazing how threatened he is by her ability to buy herself things. It is amazing. Simply and truly amazing at his discernment, his disgust, his disdain that she can, if she wants to, go out and buy herself an LV bag real quick. So then we see Gil. They go around and they ask again, what does everybody learn from this process? And Gil said that he learned that he can be vulnerable with somebody when it's the right person. You know, you just kind of have to push yourself to want to be vulnerable with somebody. You know what I mean? Like it's inside of you. You kind of have to ask yourself, do you trust this person to not judge you, to not, ridicule you or whatever? And he found that with Myrla. And I'm like, okay, are you really? So then we see Gil calling his mom. And he's telling his mom that, decision day is coming up and his wife is very high class. And he makes a point to say that Myrla grew up in a household where her dad paid all the bills. And that he grew up in a household where his dad paid all the bills. And because Myrla makes twice, the amount that he does, she makes double what he makes, that he feels that it's not fair because he switched it up quick. So at first he said he feels it's not fair because he wouldn't have any money left over. Then he would probably say, I'm on camera. So then he switched it to be like, I can do it, but I don't think it's fair. Did Mirla ask you to pay all the bills? Because let's get down into it, Gil. Did Mirla say, or did Mirla, did y'all have a conversation where Mirla said, well, growing up, my dad paid all the bills, so I expect you to pay the bills? Is that what happened? Growing up in my household, my mom made more than my dad. My parents were still married 43 years later. It's not a big deal. It doesn't have to be a big deal. Y'all are married, but what you can't do is count her pockets. If she's saving and she's putting money away and she's budgeting and she's funding her retirement fund, if she wants to go out and buy herself a pair of Lubus in July and then buy another pair of Lubus in December, she can because it's her money. That is crazy. The real problem is Gil knows that he can't afford to do it. And that's why he told his mama, if I do all this and I pay all the bills, because Gil wants to pay all the bills. Gil wants to be that man that says that, I'm the man, I pay all the bills in the house. Gil can't afford to live in a nicer apartment. Gil can't afford to go on all these trips. But that's because Gil is putting that pressure on himself to feel like he has to maintain her lifestyle for her. So then he said that he would be willing to say yes if he doesn't have to change anything about himself, but then he's steady wanting her to change. Because what Myrla should hit him back with is that, my guy, you complain more than me. I'm sorry, but somebody making a blanket statement about what they don't like about something is not always necessarily complaining. Nobody's going to be positive all the time, Gil. Life is not Sesame Street. Woo, child. So, I noticed that I put that Gil never says anything nice about her. So the two are laying in bed, and Mirla kind of does these hints where she's like, yeah, are you gonna miss me tomorrow? It's gonna be different. And he's like, no, she said it's gonna be kind of strange, kind of sad being gone. And he was like, different. Different. I don't know if I'd be sad. And it's like. And I like that she told him, well, I see how you stand about things. Gil literally never says anything positive about her. Ever. Gil does not like this woman. He does not like her. And it's annoying to see. You've been in everybody else's business this entire season, posing all these questions, trying to get shit riled up like you are a producer plant on this show, when you should have been more focused on looking into yourself and finding out why you have such a negative disposition. Why are you so intimidated by somebody making enough money to buy themselves whatever they want and get their bills paid and have enough in savings? Gil is going to say no on decision day, and Myrla's going to say yes. And look how the tides have turned to where we all started the season off thinking Myrla was the villain, not realizing that deep down, Gil was really the trash ass person in this relationship. All right, well, I will catch y'all next week for Decision Day. If you have not already, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, hop in the comments, y'all. Let's start talking about it.